Hey y'all, this is the Cap Energy Tarot, the Cap Energy or Cap, whatever you prefer to call me. Today I'm going to be doing a little different video. I'm going to be doing a video on how to read tarot, how I read tarot, how I read these cards. I'm not going to go through every single card. I have a different way of reading these cards. It's going to make it much easier, I feel like, for a lot of y'all. So don't feel like you have to sit through an hour-long video of, 78 cards. I'm going to show y'all a different way here. It's going to be more about trusting yourself here and the feelings you get from the cards, while you're shuffling the cards, whatever the question is. So let's just get into it. I'm going to do an example here. Let's create a question here. Let's say, will this client get this job, is what I'm gonna go with here. I'm gonna shuffle here, so, and I'm gonna show you how I do this, so, of course there's no right way to read tarot, so I figured, since the way I do it, I feel like it would help benefit a lot of people, because I understand how frustrating it can get, having to learn 78 cards, learning every card, all the meanings of what this means for that means, what that means because of this. I'm going to show you something different here, a lot different. It's going to be a lot different. So let's say, will so-and-so get this job? Let's say, will so-and-so get this job? Let's say, whoever this is, will this person get this job? So just shuffle as many times as you feel it's right. It's about feeling, the energy. So you have to read the energy, reading the energy. What is it that you're picking up on? And these cards are going to be your visual representation of what you're feeling. It's going to be visuals. It's going to be physical for you. It's a physical manifestation of what you're feeling, if that makes sense. Let's see here. All right. Gonna do the shuffle these cards here. So, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms. The Cap Energy 33 is my TikTok. The Cap Energy Tarot is my Instagram and Facebook. So follow me on there as well. And hit me up for any readings if you're interested, because I do psychic readings, I do tarot readings, I do natal astrology, natal chart, birth chart readings, I do light language, aura scans, things like that. So let's see here. So I'm going to lay out the cards first. So I use a 12 card spread, which is incorporates astrology. So just so you know, there's 12 zodiac signs, so I use a 12 card spread to just siphon the energy into it, if that makes sense. So, but it's more about trusting what you're feeling here. Okay, I'm going to take you through this whole thing here. So yeah, back here so you can see that. All right, y'all. So I usually like to incorporate the, beneath the deck. I like to think beneath the deck is subconscious. Top part of the deck is conscious. Just, to get that representation of like what's going on at on the surface, as opposed to the, below the surface. So if that's what you want to do, that's what I do usually, but you don't have to. But so the first card that comes out in the first house is the Queen of Cups. So the first house deals with Aries, it deals with our general outlook. So yeah, it's definitely like a thing. What I would be picking up from this is like having to release like everybody else's opinions of it, like, should I take it, should I not take it? Don't question yourself, essentially. That's what I would be feeling from this, if it came out in this position, right? So, and then in the second house we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, there's like it could speak of like many options here, is what I feel. That's what I would be feeling, is like many options. So don't lowball yourself. Don't just, consume yourself to this job offer if this one doesn't work out. So don't put all your eggs in one basket kind of thing, you know. That's what I would be picking up, because you got many options, you know. And then you have the Knight of Cups coming out in the third house, which is our mind. So the Knight of Cups, you know, with me, if I was picking up on this energy, it would be like you're really considering it. You're really considering this job offer. This client would be considering this job offer, you know. So because the person just kind of pulling out like a cup is kind of like, here, take it, you know. It represents like job offer, you know. So, and we're gonna move into the fourth house here, which is the Hangman, you know, which is our emotions. The fourth house is our emotions. So it's like you're at a between a rock and a hard place. You're just stuck at a crossroads, a fork in the road, I guess you could say. That's what I would be picking up, because the man's kind of, you know, there's like a fork in the road and he's just kind of laying there. He doesn't know what to do. He's just chilling, you know. It's all about looking at the card as well. You don't really have to learn the card, just what's in the card too is another piece of advice, you know. So I would say this person is contemplating it. You know, it just doesn't, it just, you know, like, this could change my life, but I don't know, you know. So then the fifth house, you know, of the placement of your life purpose, the Five of Swords comes out. So this person feels like maybe, you know, it's like fear of being judged for the decision, or taking the job or not taking the job, or whatever it is. That's what I would be picking up from this, you know, because this person's being selfish here. And it could point to an energy of like, don't feel selfish for taking this job offer, you know. Just because the others aren't happy doesn't mean you have to be compromise yourself here. So, and then move into the sixth house, and it's the Six of Wands. So, in the sixth house deals with self-improvement. So you have to I would tell this person, you have to understand that you're worth that job offer. There's a reason why you're being offered that job, you know. There's a reason why they see your body of work. That's how I would see it, because look at the people being celebrated here. The person being celebrated in this card. So that's what I'd be feeling like. It's like you're a model employee, or you know, you have a good history of being the leader, or like a supervisor or something like that, you know. So that's what I would be picking up. And then we move into the seventh house, which is the Moon. You know, seventh house deals with our one-on-one relationships. It could be platonic, romantic, business. So it's just a matter of, you know, getting past, you know, criticism of others, you know, since this is in the placement of relationships. So feeling like, you know, what are people going to think of me if I do take this? What are they going to say about me? You know, that's what I'd be picking up from this. So, because the Moon deals with our emotions here. So then we move into the eighth house, which is the Five of Pentacles. So the eighth house deals with like end of cycles, like the cycle of life, essentially. And you have the Five of Pentacles. So you have to get to a sense of like feeling worthy. You know, this is what I'd be telling the client. You have to feel worthy of this job offer that you're getting, and not feel like you don't deserve it. Do I deserve it? I don't know if I should take it. You know, that's what I'd be picking up with this. That's what I'd be feeling. So then we move into the ninth house, which is, you know, our higher education, higher knowing. And you have the Ten of Cups there. So what I'd be picking up with this, you know, it would be like maybe you're trying to not disappoint family, since, you know, it's like there's a family here. Like maybe the client doesn't want to disappoint their family, or they've had this history of just compromising their own happiness for others, their family, because it's not what they want for them, you know, like that. That's what I'd be picking up with this for the client, you know. So, and then the 10th house, which deals with career and the past, when we have the High Priestess. So what I would be picking up with this is that you just have to follow your gut feeling. You know, you have to just follow what your heart desires, or you know, your heart's, you know, saying, you know. And maybe because this deals with the past too, the 10th house deals with the past. So maybe in the past you didn't follow your intuition, you didn't follow it, you know. So this time around it's like listening to it. You know, that's what I'd be telling the client, to listen to your intuition. What is your intuition telling you on this job offer? Have you had a history of ignoring your intuition? That's what I'd be picking up on and bringing up, you know. So then we move into the 11th house, which is our acquaintances. and we have the Seven of Swords. So yeah, there's this energy where, you know, I would be telling the client, like, hey, you know, don't feel like you're selfish. Don't feel like, you know, you have to do everything for everybody else. You know, don't feel like you have to be, don't, like, you feel like maybe, like, the client may feel like they're the villain when they're not. But that's how people perceive them to be. That's what I'd be picking up on, you know, with the Seven of Swords. Being here in the acquaintances, social media, you know. You just have to really, I'd be telling the client, you know, maybe it's the people around you, maybe they just don't want the best for you. Maybe they're not even your friends at all, you know, because this is an acquaintances placement here. Maybe they don't want the best for you, you know, especially when you listen to other people, right? And then we move into the 12th house, which is our spirituality, our connection to spirit. You would have the Six of Swords. So what I would be picking up with this is like it's really following spirit, you know, trusting spirit, because there's somebody kind of rowing the boat for these people over here, and this could be the client right here, and this could be spirit, right? So that's how I would see it. You know, that's what I'd be picking up on. I would say, so you let spirit guide you in that direction. Learn to trust spirit, trust yourself, because they go hand in hand. So that's what I would be picking up on. So then to add the bottom of the deck, it's Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is kind of like maybe you've had a history of walking away from opportunities like this in the past, you know, before, subconsciously, and just not wanting to take the risk because this person is walking away from it, you know, not wanting to deal with the unknown or the fears. You know, that's what I would be picking up on. So, and then at the top of the deck would be the Four of Swords. So that would be just something like you may struggle sleeping. You may struggle, like you sleep, but it's like it's in the back of your mind, you know, because the swords are there, and you don't want to be hurt by these swords. You don't want to face those things, you know. You don't want to like think about it. Basically, what I'd be picking up on here. So that is basically how I would read tarot. You know, I don't use tarot very often for readings. I usually channel a lot. That's basically who I am. But you know, because I started out when I first became who I am, I started tarot first. So, but this is how I read tarot. I use a 12-card spread. You could use any spread you like. You know, you don't need to use a spread. It could just be in a very like an intuitive kind of thing. That's where, you know, I like to read cards, is just trusting your feelings, trusting what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you see first. Really trust that, develop that. In these cards, they pop out, you know. It's like, you know, I'm gonna do another example while you're shuffling. Let's say a card flies out. Let's see. Let's ask another question. Let's say, yeah, like, should I move? You know, like, should I move? Like, should I move? And you're just like doing this, and then a card comes out, and then like the Eight of Swords comes out. Like, should I move? And you're gonna be like, you know, like, you've had this thing where yes, you should, because you've always holding yourself back. You're always asking these questions. So that's what I would be saying. Yep, that's like a yes to me. So, you know, like, don't hold yourself back because this person's being held back. You know, so that's what I would be doing, picking up on. So when you shuffle like that, it's like, should I move? Should I move? And you're just, you know, shuffling, and it's like, you know, it's just when you're shuffling, the card comes flying out like that, you know, and then it's like, should I move? And then the King of Pentacles comes out, is like, yes, you know, it'd be like, yes, because this is money. So like, yes, I should move, you know, stability awaits me, you know, like that kind of stuff. So it's a matter of what you're feeling beforehand, before a card comes out. You know, it's like the card's gonna go, okay, that's what it means. All right, cool. You know, that's what reading tarot is for me, at least. You know, hopefully this helps y'all, you know, because I know it gets very frustrating learning 78 cards. You know, 78, that's a lot, you know. So individually, got to learn like each one. You know, that could be tedious, and that could be overwhelming. You know, I just like to just put it on the thing where you develop your intuition, you develop your gifts more first before you actually read tarot, and just trust your gut feelings, because we all have gut feelings, we all have intuition. So like listening to your gut when you ask a question, how does your body react to that? You know, how does it react? Does it tense up, or does it like feel like liberating? Does it feel like euphoric? You know, like that kind of stuff. So those should be your yes and no. But like just what you're picking up on, what you're feeling energetically when you're when you're tuning into the person's energy to the question, because we are tuning into your own higher self. You're tuning into their higher self. You're tuning into their spirit guides or their ancestors, whoever they're connecting with. Um, you're connecting with that, and whatever you hear first, see first, hear, third eye, gut feeling, whatever it is. These cards are going to be your confirmation. Okay, so doing yes or no questions, and then that card. What does that card feel like to you? Like, does that feel like a no, or does that feel like a yes? You know, and even beforehand, you're going to feel like it's a yes or a no. Like you just say, oh, I feel like it's a yes, and then like the sun card comes out and that's a yes, like that. So developing your own language with these cards, with your own cards, your own tarot deck. You don't necessarily need to have a Rider-Waite, but this is how I started. So but this is just beyond the Rider-Waite. This is beyond that. So it's just a matter of trusting your gifts. It's about trusting your intuition, developing it. Starting simple with, asking simple questions throughout the day. Should I go to the gym? How does your body react to that? Should I eat this food? What does my body react? How does my body react to that? That's the same with these cards. How is the cards going to react to you? That way you dictate the reading, and the cards don't dictate you. The reading doesn't dictate you, right? So it doesn't keep it in a box. So that's where I've learned to, before obviously I learned all the cards, but then I realized it's easier just to, develop your gifts. And these cards are your confirmation, simply. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What is it that you're feeling here and here, seeing here? And then the cards are going to be your yes or your no or whatever it is that's going to describe these feelings for you. It's going to interpret it in a physical way, a physical manifestation of what you're seeing, what you're feeling. It's going to be in a form of a card, so an oracle card or a pendulum, or it's going to come out that way. All right, so let's do another example before I end this video. So let's see. It's like, is it gonna rain today? I know that's a corny one, but is it gonna rain today? Is it gonna rain today? And then the card comes out like this. And then it's kind of like you see all these clouds up in here. The Page of Swords comes down. You go, yep, there's a chance it may rain. Like that kind of stuff. Of course, don't ask Spirit about. Of course, don't ask Spirit, questions like that. That's, this is just an example. So, but it'd be like, yeah, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain because it's kind of cloudy and it just, it's resisting. Don't resist that it may rain. Don't get upset. Like it could be something like that. So, so that is basically how I read tarot, y'all. It's basically like a more of a developing your gifts, your intuition, as opposed to reading tarot. But that's how you read tarot, is through your gifts. Yeah, I know I've seen, videos and stuff where it's just like they explaining every card and it's over an hour. I don't think, honestly, that's a long time. That's a lot to, really give somebody to learn tarot. Honestly, I think it's not a shortcut. It's more of it's a tool. Hopefully this advice is a perfect tool for you to read tarot, especially if you're being drawn to tarot, you're trying to learn tarot. Obviously you're a beginner, or you've already been reading for years and you're just looking for, to sharpen your game, or you're sharpening your gifts. That's what I do. I want to help everyone here. I want to help people with the tarot, as well. It's tarot once in a while I'll do, but I just thought I'd share my advice on this because, it can get difficult learning all 78. That's a lot, so thought, just what are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are your thoughts when you first ask the question? When the client asks you that question, or somebody asks you a question, what is it that you are seeing, you're feeling? Trust it completely, wholeheartedly. You have to go through trial and error, for this to, develop, because that's how you know where you're at, and that's how you get stronger. So, and these cards are going to be like that. Like the card just going to speak to you, and it's going to be like, yes, you're right. Like it's this, it's just you, it's you, Spirit, and you're, you know, use spirit in the cards, you know, just think of it that way, you know, it's just think of it that way, you know, it's just whenever you feel like you're done, okay, I'm going to shuffle 4 times, or I'm going to shuffle 5 times, and then stop, and then shuffle, and then this card will come out, that means that, you know, it's developing your own language. So that's what I feel like. You say like somebody's, you know, not telling the truth, and then like when you're shuffling, the devil card comes out, and that's a yes, you know, they're lying to you. So see, like things like that, okay, you know, just that weird feeling you get, and then the card's gonna just say, yep, you're right, you know, like that's what it should be, you know. You're gonna be dictating the reading and not the other way around, if that makes sense. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. This is thought I'd do this kind of video here, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video, and remember, where attention goes, energy flows. Stay hydrated, stay safe. I love y'all.